start off, we'd like to welcome all the Doors to Oswego. Group High. Okay. Want to introduce yourselves?
John, drums.
Ray, organ.
Robbie, guitar. Jim, vocal.
Okay. And the group together is known as the Doors. One of you fellows like to comment on how the group got the name in the first place? Ray?
Oh, you
Wait a minute, they're right at that.
No, leave it on. Yeah, well, the name came about in a dream, really. It was through a dream.
How long ago was the group organized?
About 1.5 years, 2 years now.
But it's just in the last few months that you've really made it big with Light My Fire. How long ago did you originally write that record?
Well, we recorded it last year, I think, around November, December. And the album was released around the first of the year, and we had a single off the album that didn't do much. And then there was a lot of request for a short version to Light My Fire so the DJs could play it on the radio, and it just got started from there.
Well, the track on the album is much longer with that organ solo in the middle.
Right.
On the single, is that just actually physically edited, or is that in a whole other version?
No, we cut it. We cut the tape.
Steve?
This is Steve Flesser with the Doors at Suco during freshman orientation. I'd like to ask John Densmore. John, is there any correlation between the significance of the name The Doors and life itself?
And life itself. I don't know. Ask Jim.
Robbie, how about it?
No, there's no correlation at all.
No correlation. How would you define Doors in the sense that you use it for a name of a group?
Doors are what's between the known and the unknown.
Well, now, doesn't that describe some aspect of life?
Well, not to me.
Does it have any significance to any of you fellas as far as correlating to something in life?
Death.
Death. You feel it correlates with death?
That's what I just said.
All right. Back to Mike Lazar.
Okay. Now, do you fellows write most of your own material, or do other people write for you?
No, we write all of it.
Where does inspiration come for writing records?
I don't know. It just... Jim?
The unconscious.
How does it come from the unconscious? Do you think of things and then just put it into words? What tells you that one material is good and others aren't?
You know, unasked for. They just pop out of the unconscious.
When you have songs written, which ones do you, how do you determine which ones will make a hit and which won't?
The public determines that.
Now, on sales of albums and singles, how have the sales, let's say, on your records compared? You have your first album and your first single. How have sales compared?
Compared to what?
Well, how many, which is sold more, the album or the single?
Well, they just both became gold. They both sold $1 million.
No, the album is a $1 million album. It's only sold about 700,000. The single is sold about 1,200,000, or about 1,200,000.
I understand you have a new single and album coming out this week, is that right?
The single is out this week. The album will be out in about 3 weeks.
Has there been any reaction so far to the single which has been released?
Yeah, it's supposed to be doing very well. It's a pick hit in New York and in L.A.
Do you find that these pick hits at radio stations can really do a lot for a record?
Well, no, they don't. They don't mean much, really, except that they get played a little more.
But by playing the record more, do you find that it can increase sales quite a bit?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the more it's played, the better chance you have, usually.
Okay, thank you. Now back to Steve Flesser.
Speaking now with Ray Manzarek of The Doors. Ray, do you feel you have an obligation to the people who buy your records?
Well, we just do the best we can.
Do you feel that you do your best you can as far as lyrics and music? Let me ask you this. Do you feel that when you put together a record, You would rather think of it as merely a sound that is bought, or do you feel that you would prefer having people think of it as something that says something and something that means something?
Both.
Both. In other words, you're selling a sound and you're selling something that you feel says something.
Right.
Would you like to disclose how much you gross in profit on the sale of one single RPM?
Let's see, one single, we get a nickel.
You get a nickel on a single. How about recording sessions now? What are some of the peculiar